Hello, and welcome to the Reopening 2020 Town Hall, where we hope to answer many of your most on-top questions about this coming school year. My name is Mitch Zolzer. I am the interim assistant principal, and I'm excited to be able to present a lot of information to you today. This presentation will include a lot of information about the school year next year. Our hope is that by sending out this presentation, we can focus on your questions and conversation at our family town hall on Monday, July 27th from 5 to 6 p.m. This town hall will be hosted by GSP's new principal, Dolores Brown. You can find the Zoom link for this town hall in this Parent Square message. We ask that all families pre-watch this video to gain a lot of the information. I'm still practicing my Spanish, lo siento, pero I hope that the Spanish on the screen and the captions mean that you can understand what I am saying. Know that on Monday there will be in-person translation. If you do have any specific questions, apologies in advance if something is not clear, and thank you for your patience. First and foremost, here's what's not changing. We are still grounding in our GSP values of family, equity, growth mindset, respect, integrity, and purpose and passion. Our vision is still the same in helping our students become critically literate and empowered, helping our students embody our GSP values, and helping them become leaders ready to leverage college and careers to enhance their lives and those of their families and communities. That's not changing, and we will continue to make that focus for this year. During our time together today, we will share our reopening protocols, which are centered on the health and well-being of all of our stakeholders. We will review our reopening stages so you have a sense, as best we can, what the year will look like. We will very briefly discuss on-campus safety protocols and practices and offer time on Monday during the town hall for questions and answers. Just so that you know, Aspire recently redefined their values as an organization. They partnered with families and students and community members and staff members across the network and landed on these 5 values: bienestar, well-being, a culture of belonging, community partnership, agency and self-determination, and joy. Hopefully you can see the plan that I'm about to share with you. These values show up throughout that plan. In terms of the guiding principles for this plan, the network prioritized 5 things. 1, first and foremost, is health and safety. The second is a culture of belonging. The third is flexibility. The fourth is equity. And the fifth is community partnership. We also grounded in guidance and input from a variety of sources, including public health agencies like the Center for Disease Control, family feedback, so thank you to every family who filled out any survey last quarter, state and county guidance like guidance from Governor Newsom, an Aspire-wide working group that included a variety of people. We've looked to peer chartered networks and school districts like Oakland Unified. We've also created advisory committees of teachers and principals, and all together, this helped us make our plan for this year. All of that input and our guiding principles and our Aspire values led to a 5-stage plan for reopening. These are the 5 stages. Stage 1 is 100% distance learning, where the school building is closed and all learning happens online. Stage 2 is campus safety orientation, 4 days of distance learning and 1 day of in-person instruction. This stage will only last for about 2 to 3 weeks, and it is really to help orient students to coming back to school during a pandemic. Stage 3 will look like 2-week rotations of distance learning and in-person instruction. So 2 weeks on at school and then 2 weeks off at home. This is because the 2-week rotation is based on the fact that there's about a 2-week incubation period for COVID-19, and so our hope is by having 2-week rotations, our scholars are as safe as possible. Stage 4, everyone's back on campus. Instruction resumes, there is no distance learning, but there are limited gatherings on campus. And stage 5 is full in-person instruction as well, but school gatherings are permitted. As you hopefully heard, we are starting this year in stage 1. We will continue to be in stage 1 through the end of the first quarter of the school year. We will be 100% distance learning until at least October. This is based on county and state guidance. The governor released requirements for what it would take for a school to come back, and we are not in a place in our county based on the increased number of cases of COVID. We are not ready yet to bring back scholars, so we will have stage 1 through the end of the first quarter. We know that that means that every student in the school will need technology. Device distribution info is coming. We will likely be distributing technology to families who need it August 6th and August 7th. If you are in need, please be on the lookout for a call or message from the school by August 4th. We don't have grading guidelines yet, but they will be informed by the UC and the CSU schools to help make sure our students are aligned with the colleges and universities that many of them hope to go to. So, what is school going to look like? School will look very different this year than it did in quarter 4. We learned a lot from what we tried in quarter 4. Here's the basics. If you take a look at the left side of your screen, you'll see a sample student schedule for a Monday. So this student would start their day in synchronous advisory. Synchronous means that the student needs to log into their computer to be part of the class. They'll then have a bit of a break before their synchronous English class, which is where they, in between 12 to 16 other students, will have an actual live lesson from their English teacher. So they will need to be online with their English teacher at 9:30. The rest of their day is asynchronous. So this student would do math and then maybe some PE, take a break for lunch, some reading, as well as some asynchronous science. Asynchronous means they complete the assignment on their own. We will offer every student a schedule, but you have flexibility for anything labeled asynchronous. We recommend that you work with your student to either adopt the schedule that's given or to make a schedule that works for your family, but we think schedules and routines are very important. We are working to make sure that the time that students are synchronous, so the time in which they are expected to be online, is as consistent as possible. So for example, this student might log in every day from 9:30 to 10:25. Another student may log in every day from 10:30 to 11:25. So the times will be different, but they will be as consistent as possible throughout the week. All synchronous classes will happen between 8:30 and 12:30. So we will never ask your student to be online in synchronous learning after 12:30. You probably have a lot of questions. I'm going to try and answer what I think are the most common 7. Number 1, this is very different from quarter 4. In last quarter, we were just doing check-ins. Kids weren't getting live instruction. This time they will be getting live instruction every day for about between 30 to 60 minutes at least every day. Students will be in groups of 12 to 16 students to support better instruction and discussions. High school students will still be on track to graduate as they are taking all of their required courses. College classes will still be encouraged for 10th to 12th graders. Most college classes are online, so this is a great time for students to explore their passions and receive college credit. Our academic counselors, Mr. Ayala and Ms. Hong, are very excited and ready to work with scholars to get them enrolled. Daily attendance will be taken on PowerSchool for all classes. So you will know sooner if your student showed up to the synchronous learning or turned in the work for the asynchronous learning. We know it took a while to get some hotspots, but we now have a limited number of hotspots available, and we'll be distributing them very likely August 6th and August 7th. More information will be coming out to families about that distribution. More updates will be coming about grading, but grades will still appear in PowerSchool. So if you have the PowerSchool app, great. You are on track to be able to see how well your scholar is doing and how much they are learning throughout this year. These are two example schedules for a middle schooler and a high schooler. As you can see on top, this middle school student is going to go to advisory every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's when we'll have advisory for every student in the school. So on Monday, they'll set goals for the week. On Friday, they will check in about their progress. Every day, they will learn about social emotional tools because we know that social emotional well-being is crucial, especially now for our students. This middle schooler will have synchronous instruction from 9:30 to 10:25 Monday through Thursday. So on Monday, they'll go to English class. On Tuesday, they'll log into their math class. On Wednesday, they will see their science teacher. And on Thursday, they will see their PE teacher. Everything else is asynchronous. The high schooler looks very similar. Monday, Wednesday, Friday advisory. This person also has synchronous instruction 9:30 to 10:25, but notice how in high school there's one more class, so this person also has synchronous PE on Mondays. Students will receive this schedule the week of August 3rd. Once again, we will do our best to make sure that the student is synchronous the same time throughout the week, so your student will be online with their teachers either 9:30 to 10:25 or 10:30 to 11:25 Monday through Thursday, or 11:30 to 12:25 Monday through Thursday. You will get your schedules the week of August 3rd. Stage 1 lasts until October. So what I'm about to share with you will not happen until October at the earliest, and that will be based on state and county guidance. Stage 2 is the 4 days on, or 4 days distance learning and 1 day in person at school. This is a 2 to 3 week campus safety orientation. So most instruction will still happen online. We will invite small groups of students to school to help them get ready for what it's like to go to school during a pandemic. Once the safety orientation is done and all of our staff and scholars are prepared, we will move into a hybrid model, which are 2-week cycles, 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. This is once again, this is because of the incubation time of COVID-19. We will make sure that every family has communication at least 3 weeks before we move into another stage. Like I said, we will not move into stage 2 until October at the earliest. Right now, our plan is to focus on providing the most robust and focused distance learning plan that we can, because we will be in stage 1 until October. In terms of how we hope to support your scholars, number 1, we have tech and Wi-Fi devices that will be available August 6th and 7th. Currently, we are still ordering additional devices, so if you have a personal device, we ask that you use that, but you will receive more information if your student does need a Chromebook or a hotspot. We have 2 websites, the Aspire Public Schools website, which has a bunch of resources, as well as our personal school website, tinyurl.com/GSP Panthers 2020, which has information for families and scholars for this year. Number 2 is new. Unlike in the spring, we will now start to provide meals to scholars during all stages. During stage 1, which is distance learning, we will have food pickup once per week. Families will be able to pick up 10 meals, 5 breakfast, and 5 lunch per GSP student. We will finalize the date and the details and make sure you have that information before August 10th. But starting the week of August 10th, families will be able to pick up 10 meals per GSP student. As of now, these meals will be based on students' current free reduced lunch status, but our hope is that meals will be free for all students. We will confirm that within the next 2 weeks. In terms of SEL support, we will continue to offer social and emotional learning opportunities. As you saw, every student in the school will have advisory Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Lastly, please know that we are working on Aspire Care so that during stages 2 and 3, temporary childcare and academic support will be offered to 2 groups, 1, children of Aspire staff, and 2, high-need Aspire scholars in grades TK through 9. In stage 4, we'll resume normal after school. So there will not be normal after school until stage 4. We will not be offering Aspire Care until stage 2, which you remember is October at the earliest. Here's what we know. We will continue to support family, staff, and scholar needs as they arrive. All Aspire schools or regions won't necessarily be in the same stage at the same time. We might go stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, back to stage 1, then to stage 3, then to stage 4. The reason we would move backwards is if there were safety concerns. There is no guarantee that we'll reach any particular stage this school year. We want to serve your students, we want to see your students in the hall, and we want them to be safe. So we cannot guarantee that we will get to stage 5, but no, we will use county and state guidance to make sure we are always moving as we should through the stages. You can anticipate receiving ongoing communication and critical updates from Aspire. The 2 ways that you will receive updates is via phone and email, so please make sure that we have an updated phone number and email on file for you. You will be contacted by a staff member within the next 2 weeks, and so they will ask to make sure that your email and phone number is updated. Very briefly, safety protocols and expectations. Please know that we are working with expert guidance to make sure that we are following all health and safety protocols. We are committed to going above and beyond the guidance of state and federal agencies. Our commitment continues to be to keep staff and scholars safe. When we get closer to stage 2 and we know when we are moving to stage 2, we will make sure to have trainings and meet additional meetings for families to help you know what those safety protocols look like. But we are not moving to stage 2 until October at the earliest, so we have some time, but know that you will receive additional guidance about safety protocols. This is what I just said. Tendremos otra reunión antes de la etapa 2 para hablar sobre los protocolos y medidas de seguridad específicos. We'll have another meeting before stage 2 to talk through specific safety protocols and measures. That's it. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. Hopefully this information was helpful. As a reminder, we will be joining for a town hall on Monday with in-person translation support from 5 to 6 p.m. Please click on the Zoom link on Monday. It will be online. Please click on the Zoom link on Monday if you have any questions. I am committed to helping as many of you as I can if you do have questions, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me as well. Your student or you have my email, or if you check the website, my email is there, mitch.zolzer@aspirepublicschools.org. Ignore the caption, it is spelled wrong, but my email is in the Parent Square message. Thank you and good night.